As a homeowner, you're excited to get that system up and running, and then with the next rain, you see it like leaking all over your house. It's terrible.
From the outside, you probably don't notice there are any issues at Jerilyn Ortega's New Britain home. But walk through the front door and look up.
The leak is bad. It's not drips anymore.
You'll spot the signs of her growing frustration.
It's been bad. It's been bad.
Ortega signed a contract with the company SunRun to install and lease solar panels in 2018.
First problem right there.
Yeah, that's like a dirty word in the solar industry, isn't it?
When she noticed the roof was leaking.
Now that it's been so long,
Oh, I feel so bad for customers.
and the drips are more like a leak, it's horrible.
Ortega showed us the clause in her contract that says the roof penetration should be weather tight for 10 years.
We will either repair or reimburse you for damage we caused during installation to the home.
But when Ortega reached out to SunRun, they sent a technician to her home who decided the leak was nature's fault.
They were trying to tell me that it was squirrels who made a nest, and that's what was causing the leak.
I guess the squirrel must have installed those standoffs without any flashings.
Ortega had an independent roofing company come out in October of 2023. The I-team confirmed that a Monarch roofing contractor wrote, "Your roof has damage from when the solar panels were first installed. I can see where the granules were scraped away from the shingles, holes were drilled in the shingles, and ridge cap shingles were broken."
Think about the amount of penetrations that she has on that roof, right? With those amount of panels up there. Probably the thing with like using subcontractors, you never know like who's out there installing that this amount of panels on the roof, and like you are like as a homeowner, you're excited to get that system up and running, and then you trust that company to install it right, and then with the next rain you see it like leaking all over your house. That's terrible.
You can't just do drilling holes through roofs and expect it to last. You know, you need to properly attach the panel to the roof, and then you got to roof around it properly so it doesn't leak, right? And then it's even worse that a company comes out and it's somebody else's fault. It's not our fault, right? I mean, stand there with your customer and help them through the problem.
Yeah,
right?
The customers dealt with these other companies for such a long time and made no progress that they end up saying like, all right, well, we'll just call August Roofing, have them come and fix the problem, and then go after this other company in court. Like the stuff we see when we take those panels off, and even before we take those panels off, is crazy. The homeowners don't necessarily know what condition their roof is in because they don't necessarily know what to look out for. I'm up there and I see fiberglass shining through those shingles. That roof maybe had 2 years left on it, and now they put a 25-year solar system on there, knowing that it's going to have to be removed in 2 years. That's a lack of integrity. That's not taking pride in your work at all.
Especially like solar only companies, they don't really care for the roof at all. Like, okay, we want the panels up there, no matter the age of the roof. Like we'll see it all the time.
Yeah, I looked at some of those where the L feet were drilled straight onto the shingles, and some of them had caulking. And it's like even with caulking, it's not going to be rain tight. You have to have a flashing on that thing, but they didn't even put caulking on there. And then they sent someone else out to come and look at it from the same company, and that person just put a bunch of caulking behind. That's not going to solve the problem. You've got masses of water coming in. You look inside, that entire ceiling's brown, and they come and they fix it by putting some caulking on the back of it. You end up paying a lot more in the long run because you thought that you were getting a better deal, but now you still have to get your roof replaced.
Yeah.
You have to get the solar taken off before you can do that, so you're paying that, which is a large sum of money. You got to get a whole lot more dry rot replaced, so a lot more plywood. Inside the attic, the insulation is all molded, and you got to get that replaced, and then you got to get your ceiling board replaced as well. So you don't save money in the end, you lose a lot more.
And on top of all of that, the heartache that you have to go through.
Yeah.
Right?
Kind of like have to do it again, all over again, take everything off and have it done right.
And replace your entire ceiling.
Yes.
Yeah, well, and you know what it costs to reset to do an R&R? 25 to 50% of what a new system costs just to remove it and replace it. I mean, so if you're not making sure that you've got a roof and a solar system that are, have the same amount of lifespan left, it's almost criminal, right? That's one of the things that we all strive to do here at August Roofing, is try and make it a good experience for the customer, right? Because does anybody really want to replace their roof? No, I don't think so.
It's not on the top of my bucket list.
Yeah, no, it takes time, it takes energy, you got to get estimates. And so contractors that make the job more difficult or create more anxiety or pressure or heartache for the customers, it's just not what it's about.